We also are proud that some of the biggest names in entertainment trust our creative teams to develop games within their universes.
Exactly, like Disney and Star Wars, right?
And speaking of great partnerships, there is one more exciting thing we would like to show you today.
Wait, could it actually be Star Wars?
Of the amazing journey that awaits you in one of the most beautiful but dangerous places of all, brought to life by the latest version of our Snowdrop engine.
Well, that's Massive's engine. It could actually be Star Wars.
First look with you now. Enjoy.
Wait, is that Endor? Oh no, I forgot that Massive are also working on Avatar. Obviously, it's that. Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates. I think that's probably how a lot of us reacted when we saw Ubisoft's presentation at E3 a couple of days ago, because I didn't come into the presentation expecting any Star Wars at all, because like I said out on Twitter, this game is very early into development, so I don't expect us to see anything from the open world Star Wars game until maybe 2023 when EA's license ends or something like that. But there was this 30 seconds when the CEO of Ubisoft were talking that they actually had me bamboozled, because I genuinely thought for a second they were talking about Star Wars, because I wasn't sure which other partnerships that Ubisoft had. So at first I was like, maybe it could be Star Wars, and then when they talk about the Snowdrop engine, which is Massive Entertainment's game engine, I actually thought it was Star Wars for a second, and then I remembered that they're also working on the Avatar game. Nevertheless, I still thought it was really cool to see this Avatar game, and it gives us a glimpse of what Massive are capable to do, as well as the Snowdrop engine, and I think it looks pretty good. So imagine a couple of years from now seeing Star Wars in this engine. I think it can turn out really well, and once they actually release the Avatar game next year, I think that's gonna be a very good glimpse into what we can expect from the Star Wars open world game, as Pandora and at least some Star Wars planets are very similar in terms of their creatures, ecosystems, and similarly. So it's definitely something we should all play while waiting for the new Star Wars game that's probably 3, 4, if not 5 years out from now. Before I get into the rest of the video, I just wanted to give a shout out to my sponsor Elgato Gaming, and I'm also very excited to announce that from today moving forward, my giveaways will now not only include the HD60S capture cards, but you can choose if you win if you want a capture card, a Wave 1 microphone, or a Stream Deck. So just follow the link at the top of the description to enter that giveaway. It will only be a few clicks, and if you're lucky, you will be able to pick one of Elgato's products for yourself. And if you're interested in reading more about their products, you can find links to that as well. But in this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about recent Star Wars gaming news, and I guess you could say non-Star Wars gaming news, because there hasn't really been much at E3 so far, and it looks like we probably won't get anything. The only little hope I still have is that maybe at Nintendo Direct tomorrow they could show something about Star Wars Hunters, but other than that, I'm not really expecting much. I thought maybe they were gonna talk about Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga during the Xbox presentation, but they didn't even mention it. So there is a lot of worries around that game right now, and I did see this quote from a known insider who said in regards to the Star Wars game and TT games, but the focus is going to be for Traveler's Tales to get the Star Wars game out. They're just having a lot of issues behind the scenes, like the game is just not coming together very well at all. So yep, that doesn't sound very good, and I'm seeing a lot of you wondering is this game gonna get cancelled. I don't think it's gonna be that bad, considering how close they seem to be to the release, at least to the point where they've had now 2 release dates that they've had to delay, of course. I just think that they might be having a lot of issues with the final touches of the game, but that doesn't mean they're just gonna scrap everything, especially if they're so far into development and even marketing. I just think we'll have to be a little bit patient, and I'm hoping at least that the game is going to come out this year, but I don't think it's going to be cancelled. I don't think you have to worry about that, but I mean, there's always been cancellations of games that we never expected, so I can't scratch that off the list completely. So what else do we have in regards to Star Wars at all at E3? Well, Fallen Order hasn't really been talked about at E3, but at least around E3, because first of all, they announced that Fallen Order just passed 20 million players, which I think is a crazy number, and it also shows how well a single-player Star Wars game can do. You don't need to have multiplayer, and as long as you do it well, like they did with Fallen Order, there's gonna be a lot of people people interested in playing it. And that also strengthens again that there's definitely going to be a Fallen Order 2 at some point in the future. And I think the most likely thing is that they're going to announce that at EA Play Live on July 22nd. And that's also when potentially EA will reveal any other Star Wars projects that they're working on, because they don't really have their own presentation at E3, which is why Star Wars games at all is really unlikely here. But also the free next-gen upgrade for Fallen Order just went live, so if you have a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X or S, you can upgrade your game for free if you have it on the PlayStation or Xbox. Just go to EA's website and they will sort you out. So definitely do that and you'll get some higher frame rates, higher graphics and all that sort of stuff. Totally worth it. But let's talk a little bit about the Battlefield as well, because that's probably the biggest interest for me so far at E3. Battlefield 2042, which looks just like I wanted it to be. Futuristic, but not too futuristic, and a huge focus on multiplayer. I mean, both the gameplay trailer and the announcement trailer is just pure action, and it shows just the fun that Battlefield should be. And I love all the different environments and like storms and stuff that we get to see, and as well as battling between skyscrapers using grappling hooks, and also the new like plus customization system in the game where you can like swap around your attachments mid-round. I've always thought in any game really it's been a bit frustrating where you have to die to change out your gear basically. Sure, it does make sense, but some stuff, why not change it out mid-game, like attachments? You can easily carry around a scope or like an extra mag or something in your pockets, so I think that's going to be really fun to see in the game. And I also really like the focus they went. They basically went for what I've said Battlefront 2 was going to do, or a potential Battlefront 3 to be more specific. A battle pass system with a no single player campaign and a huge focus on multiplayer. I mean, it's going to be 128 players on PC and the newer platforms, and I think it's 7 maps it's launching with, and I saw some people complaining about that, but then I was like, well, Warzone has 1 map and that's like 150 players, so 728 player maps is to me more than enough. And I think the main focus needs to be progression and just having the core gameplay being fun. And that's what they seem to be focusing here with the specialists, with the battle pass system, and with the huge focus on multiplayer. Again, on July 22nd, they're going to reveal more about the like new ways to play that DICE LA has been working on, because they've said that it's going to be Conquest and the classic stuff as well, but that there's going to be a brand new way. It doesn't seem like it's going to be Battle Royale per se, but maybe something of the likes of Battle Royale, but not really. Nevertheless, we'll see more about that in about a month from now. But I think they've really taken the right steps here, with everything from the trailer to what they are focusing on in the game. And I'm, for one, very excited to play this game, and I'm definitely going to be talking about it on their channel, and especially playing it on live streams. And it just gives me, again, I can't help but think every time I see something from DICE, what if it was Battlefront? I mean, this is exactly what could have kept Battlefront 2 alive. A battle pass system. It would keep it alive in terms of us getting new content and them gaining enough money to continue working on the game. And I've always said that the single player was fun and whatnot, but it should be focusing on multiplayer. If they make a Battlefront 3, don't have a campaign. I know a lot of you are going to disagree with me on that, but focus on multiplayer if it's going to be a multiplayer game. That's what keeps the game alive. Sure, some people buy the game for the campaign. Well, in that case, you've got games like Fallen Order doing an amazing job on that and giving you way more bang for buck if you just want single player than a 6-hour campaign that probably takes like a third of the development time. So yeah, I just think if they're going to do another Battlefront game or a shooter game in Star Wars, focus on the multiplayer. Have a good live service system that does not lock out any of the players, and that's really been a problem with something like Battlefront 1's expansion packs. So I'm not sure exactly how the battle pass system is going to work here, but I think you get the specialists through the battle pass system. I don't know if they're going to be exclusively, meaning that you have to pay to get them. That could obviously be a little bit problematic if some of the new ones are really OP, but I hope they're going to keep that balanced. I think the issue is always if you include new maps or modes that are paid for. So ideally, keep cosmetics, maybe characters, I guess you could call the specialists, or if it was Battlefront, even heroes in the battle pass, but give people still plenty of free content, maps, game modes, and it makes everyone happy. You get some money from the most dedicated players, the dedicated players get some extra, but every casual player will still get something new and don't feel like they get completely locked out of a new content drop. So yeah, Battlefield 2042 so far to me seems to tick all the boxes I wanted, and yeah, I'm excited to see how the game is going to play out. But yeah, in regards to E3, I think that's about it. For me, some other surprises that I really enjoyed seeing was Halo Infinite's multiplayer. I honestly haven't played Halo since Halo 3. I played Halo 1 and 2 a lot on my original Xbox, and I just didn't get into the newer games because I didn't have an Xbox 360, and I never played a multiplayer except for like on split screen with friends, which was really fun. But that multiplayer trailer looks like just my kind of game. So, and it's also announced that the multiplayer was going to be free, so I might very well give that a go. But yeah, I'm curious, what are your thoughts on E3 so far? The biggest disappointments, the biggest surprises for you all? And I know that most of us probably didn't expect any Star Wars here, so I can't say that I'm too disappointed, because realistically we knew there wasn't going to be a lot of Star Wars, because that's going to be at EA Play Live, if anything. But yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.